Hello you as well. Still going through my content from Gamescom, and another big title that was at the show was WRC 6. We saw this at E3 a few months ago, and I think first impressions were quite surprising. It's moved on quite a long way from where it was last year. I know some people might say, well, you know, it had a long way to go, but it's still nice to see when a one-year development cycle and a game improves quite a bit. WRC 5, of course, was cross-platform between Xbox 360 and PS3 and, of course, the current platforms. And that, in a way, sort of held the game back, but it was also noting the fact the guys had 1 year's development. The game for me was good fun, but the audio wasn't there and the graphics were dated, it's fair to say that. I think some people were expecting it more to be Richard Burns' Dirt Rally and were disappointed in terms of the slightly more arcade leaning. But I think that's the direction of the development, it's the way it's always going to go. Now we're looking at WRC 6, a year later. You're going to see upgraded physics, improved damage modelling, improved graphics. Generally the whole package has been given a once over with new additions added to it. And it's fair to say in the footage that you're seeing here, you're going to see some of that improvement. Unfortunately, I can't show any video full screen, so these screens you're seeing are about as big as they're going to get in terms of, maybe they're there, I don't know, they're somewhere around me. That's about as big as I can actually make the image. Unfortunately, the compression on the video that we received was such that we weren't able to run it full screen. I thought I had some great direct feed I was going to be able to share, but not at this stage. So once we've got some quality direct feed we can run full screen, I'll show that. But either way, while I'm rambling on, just you can see there some of the stages at Sweden and Wales that you're seeing, and some of you who played WRC 5 will see the obvious improvements to those stages. We've also got an interview with Sebastian Chardonnay, WRC 3 champion, phenomenal driver in fact, and he's going to run a stage after I do my chat in just a moment. You know, I mean, wow, he was really good on the game as well. He's really got a hang on the physics and new physics they've worked on. They've worked a bit on the braking now and the way the car moves under braking, but I just want to stress that this is still going to be sort of a more approachable leaning. I don't like to use the word arcade. These games aren't necessarily arcade. Sega Rally is arcade. This isn't. It's based on simulation, but it's not necessarily as hardcore as Dirt Rally or even Sebastian Loeb Rally in that sense. As for stages, there are apparently a lot more longer stages in the game this time. Obviously I haven't seen them all myself, but it's something we'll look at in later content. And I think if you're looking for another fun rally game, certainly this one seems to be shaping up nicely. Lots of preview coverage no doubt will come in the next few weeks, and we'll get a proper hands-on. But in the meantime, let's see Sebastian do a bit of driving and put the pedal to the metal. So here we see, away he goes, and we see Sebastian doing a bit of driving here. I believe this was Finland, and having a race along. I will stress that he's never seen this stage, he's not driven this stage, he's just doing it from the game. And I think it's pretty obvious to see the improvements that are being made. At the moment the game is in the process of being optimised, the frame rate will be optimised, that's what they're working on. Also there are some shadow issues that only occur during the triple screen mode, so they need to work on that. It's great to see that at least there's some triple screen compatibility. I think I would prefer the bonnet of the car they have small on the front screen. I'd prefer it to be wrapping around all three screens. I prefer the car to be the width of the screens to give you that full-size car feeling. The cockpit cam is being worked on, so that will be implemented in a later build, so we can look forward to seeing that. I look forward to seeing what that's like in the final game, and in terms of is there going to be an FOV sort of alteration option, very important depending on your rig to give you that authentic feeling. Obviously new physics, new damage modelling, and we can see Sebastian here really has a hold on it. And not hanging around. A lot more difficult than it looks, I can assure you. It's easy to fly off the course. So yeah, as I was just saying, the game is going to be more of an arcade leaning. It's going to be looking more at, I'll say arcade, you know, a sim that's not as deep as, say, some of the others on the market, to make it approachable for people. It's not going to be to everybody's taste, but I think certainly a lot of rally fans are going to enjoy it. It's going to have all the official rallies, all the official rally cars, and I think generally in terms of the package, that's something we're going to look at at a later date. But either way, I wanted to share some action in terms of the driving, and you can see just general improvements to foliage, to lighting, general detail on the cars, reflection information on the cars and stuff like that. It's still nice to see. And lighting effects, of course. Sound-wise, the sound has been improved. I wouldn't say that it's still up there with, say, Dirt Rally. You know, Dirt Rally, racer and racing experience, they're sort of up there. Project Cars, it's got some great sound in it. It's not quite there, but either way it's improved. There's lots more in terms of atmospheric sound effects, environmental sound effects. You hear crowds clapping and all that sort of stuff. But either way, it's better, but it's still not necessarily there yet. But again, it's this yearly development cycle, isn't it? You know, it's affected Codemasters over the years when they're knocking out F1 every year. It's taken them a few years to actually get there, to make it what they really wanted it to be, and it meant they had to sacrifice a version for a year on the current formats to get there. So I think in that sense, this is stage 2 of a journey, and I'm sure we'll see the WRC brand evolving over the next few years as well. It's a very competitive market in terms of rally now. You know, a few years ago we had nothing but, you know, Milestone's original WRC. Now we've got WRC 6, we've got Dirt Rally, Sebastian Loeb, you know, all of them decent rally games in their own style. You know, I think Sebastian Loeb gets a bit underrated in some respects because it just came out on the verge of Dirt Rally, which was a shame for them because there's some really good aspects to it. And I'd like to see that evolve as well in terms of you know, where it could be if they could, you know, improve the frame rate and, you know, really make it a solid experience. Sebastian's really got the hang of this car now, no doubt about it. This is a lot more difficult than it looks. It just makes it look easy. Throwing the car in. Just so nonchalant about it. And of course you'll be hearing from him in an interview talking about the game in massive detail, I might add, and of course a bit about his own career, about what he's been doing as well. So I'm floating off watching the video like you guys, but that's it from me for now. I'm going to leave you with the video and there'll be more from me very soon.
Left 5 into right 3, very long, keep middle, over junction.